I invite a few people, and I'm gonna go ahead and get this this thing popping and rolling. All right, because there's some news articles to get into, and a lot of stuff to talk about, man. You know, a lot of stuff to talk about, man. This recession is going to definitely culminate into in an economic crisis very soon, and it's not gonna be pretty, to say the least. Okay, it's not gonna be pretty, to say the least, to see this economic crisis, man, that's about to happen very soon. Also, too, I might briefly talk about U.S. and Iran situation. I'm gonna talk about this Amazon rainforest on fire. I mean, this is, really, it's all in the hand of the Most High, and that's something that we have to understand. These things are all happening due to the fact that the Most High is moving on this earth. And yes, even though the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of, he is Satan. He is the epitome of all evil. The Most High is allowing him to do what he does because at the end of the day, that's the Most High sword, and that's who the Lord is going to use. Use him to show you who the real devil is, man. Okay. I think I've invited enough people. With that said, man, I'm gonna first and foremost give call all praise unto YAHAWAH, Bahashem, Yahawash. All right. My name is Rayabya. All right. Zealots of Israel. All right. And I'm back with another live stream dealing with current events and prophecy. All right. And there's so much to get into, so much things to cover. And I'm going to, without further ado, go right ahead and jump right into it, man. Shalom to all the brothers and sisters that come in, man. Which one should I go into first? Actually, let's switch the camera over. All right. Switch the camera over. Let me go ahead and deal with this. Oh yeah, sister, I'm gonna give you my new number. I forgot, Hazel. All right, forgot to give you my new number. Yeah, let's go ahead and go into this. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna say this for later on in the video. I'm gonna deal with this. All right, now I recommend brothers and sisters to go and subscribe to this sister. I think she's a Judite sister, Lisa Cabrera. I'm gonna say this, man. This sister Lisa Cabrera does a lot of work. I believe she's in the truth. She believes in the truth. She does an excellent job in bringing out information, a lot of different news articles and sources. She puts in more work. I'm gonna just say this, and I've seen a guy, GMS Maccabees Spirit, what's his name, Malcolm from Chicago, even said this. After watching her videos, I say this too. She puts in a lot more work than a lot of these other guys that are out here putting up meaningless videos about nothing, like the stupid fried chicken and all this other foolishness, right? She's out here putting out real news sources that actually matter. All right. So if you guys have a YouTube page, I recommend subscribing to this sister's page, man. Shoot, sometimes I'll be stealing her material to make some videos, man, because I need some topics to speak on, man. I'm a prophet. All right. But yeah, of course, as you brothers and sisters know, we're gonna be headed right into a new recession, man. Or this new recession, we're headed right into an economic crisis, man, and it's going to affect a lot of people In particular, it's going to affect um lucky. It's going to affect a lot of brothers that are from the age range of 20, what I would say from age 18 all the way to 35. All right. The reason why is because as I play this video, I mean, she's going to be addressing certain things I might say in this next comment that I say. She's going, saying pretty much, a lot of millennials, a lot of people that were born from the late 80s, early 90s, all the way up to now. All right. They did not, we don't have we didn't have the same convenience to save money. And of course, in the paradigm and the mindset of the millennials, so to speak, a lot, especially, of course now, I mean, there's jobs popping up now, but when this recession hits, there's not going to be many jobs out here. But so there's a lot of brothers and sisters that may not have jobs that are of that age group that I named from age 18 to 35, that they don't have much saved up in the bank, and it's going to hurt them in the long run. And not having a job is even going to hurt a lot worse. And of course, Trump, making enemies with everybody in the world and telling the U.S. I don't know if they have or not, but like I did in last week's video, the dude told American business owners to go and to leave China. Okay, to leave China. And China is one of the major exports of different materials and different things that we have over here. Damn near everything that we have is made in China. Okay? So, with that said, let's go ahead and bring this out, man. This video. And like I said, man, subscribe to the sisters page, man. Keep you up to date on the news.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've been talking about this recession because, I'm really keeping my eye on it because I know how it's going to impact this country in probably the worst that we have ever seen in our lifetime. You got a president that is fighting with the biggest importer and exporter on the face of the earth, China, of all things. And this is just not going to pan out well. They already said if Trump continues this trade war, we will be in a recession in less than 6 months.
Now you hear that, man? We are going to be in a recession in less than 6 goddamn months, man, if he keeps this up. And something's telling me that, I ain't gonna lie, I mean, even though he's a puppet and he was put in office and whatnot, I'm telling you, man, he might be going against certain powers that be, man. And I'm talking about the certain powers that be being the international banking families. All right. So what these peons call Illuminati and all that other stuff, right? He might be going against them and causing certain things to happen at a particular rate. Who knows, man? But definitely, man. She even said it in the first 42 seconds of this clip, man. We're gonna be in a recession, right? In the next 6 months, if this guy keeps this foolishness up, man. Which is all praises.
So now, this came out in the Atlantic, August 26, 2019. The next recession will destroy millennials. Millennials are already in debt and without savings. After the next downturn, they will be in even bigger trouble. And this is what our young people don't need. They don't need financial burdens like this, but unfortunately, if you go to school in this country, go to college or a university, this is exactly what happens. The trade war is dragging on. The yield curve is inverted, and that is what happens just before every single recession. And that has happened already, ladies and gentlemen. Investors are fleeing to safety. Global growth is slowing. The stock market is dipping.
Oh yeah, if you go look at them down numbers, man, those Dows stock market, man, bro, it's dwindling at a rapid rate, and it has been for so many years. But goddamn, man, right now it's not even funny what's going on, man.
The millennials are screwed. Recessions are never good for anyone. Sputtering economy means miserable financial, emotional, and physical health consequences for everyone.
I think one
And
of the
the ad
biggest
pops
barriers
up
I've had
out of
to
nowhere.
getting my degree was
From infants to retirees. But the next one, if it happens, when it starts happening, stands to hit this much maligned generation particularly hard. For adults between the ages of 22 and 38, after all, the last recession never really ended. And you know what? She's right. I do believe that a lot of people never bounce back from the last recession. Remember, there were a lot of pensions that were lost.
Yeah, there were, man. And why I say that, because maybe I know certain people that lost some pensions, man. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, a lot of people haven't bounced back, man. Like, because of all this, taxing and all this other craziness, bro. Look, this stuff. Look, man, I'm letting you know. Look, man, that last recession back in 2009, I remember I couldn't find a job. And maybe I was 19, 18, 18, 19, 20 at the time. And it was hard for me to find a job. Yeah, it was hard. And, of course, I eventually got one. But goddamn, man, that little thing was, people didn't bounce back from that, man. And, of course, raising rent, raising the prices, taxes. I mean, the value of the dollar has been dwindling for years. I mean, that's a true statement by the person that made this article. All right, and I'm in agreement with the sister Cabrera. You know what I'm saying? This is going to end up in a very bad situation. Worse than the 1920s, man. Much worse than the 1920s. Okay. Let's go ahead and play this.
That people had worked for years. And if you remember, there were a lot of stories with CEOs and they were robbing the company blind. Some of y'all remember that. And some of y'all remember Enron. And what happened in that situation, those employees practically lost everything that they saved.
See that?
In 401ks. Yeah, a lot of people were really devastated. And, and I was looking at some of the interviews. Some of these folks had retired. They were in their 70s and they had to go right back to work because they had nothing after these companies got finished raiding all of the 401ks and pensions and everything. They literally had nothing and they had to go right back out and work. That was a damn shame.
Yeah, man. Actually, with I got some scriptures to pull out too. Look, I'm gonna say this right now. If you brothers and sisters, man, like, bro, I don't see 5 years, maybe 5. There's might be 5 years left. All right. And yeah, I couldn't find a new one, and a couple of my bros couldn't find one. Yeah, man, Jose Gab, man. Yeah, man, that's how it was, What was I gonna say? Like I was saying, man, like it would be wise if you have money in that 401k, take it out now and use it as you wish. Use it with wisdom, but do with it as you please within the confines of the law of the scriptures. All right, the Torah, all right? Because they're about to seize those damn pensions again. They're going to seize those 401ks again. And this time, it's not, I don't believe it's coming back, bro. This time, I think they're going to seize it. And this, like people talking about this country's going to bounce. No, it's not bouncing back at all, man. Let me play a little bit more of this just real quick.
So, ladies and gentlemen, you know, it's important to do these stories so you can prepare yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You can really be prepared.
And this is the reason why the prophets are on the street corners prophesying about the dollar crashing, about the economic crisis and collapse that's going to happen very soon. And if you don't see guys talking about this, but they're out there being macho men, Hebrew Israelite, all 24, you know what I'm saying, trying to act all tough and all this, that, and the third, but they're not talking about something like this on a constant basis, then that's how you know that those guys are not the prophets to be talking to or going to, man. Because this is something that is in dire need of discussion and bringing up, man. This information and news needs to be brought out, because if it doesn't get brought out, then guess what? The blood is going to be on your hands, man. Okay? And I'm speaking to myself and many prophets that are out there teaching on the street corners. So, with that said, let's go ahead and go to Ecclesiasticus. Ecclesiastes, I should say. All right. Okay, Ecclesiastes 12:1. Remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not. So this is the time to get right with the Most High. And Shalom, sister. You know. This is the time to get right with the Most High right now, man. While the evil days draw nigh, and they have not come yet. All right. So I'm gonna read that again. Ecclesiastes 12:1. Remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. And I mean, there's no pleasure in this life. This is a hellhole that we're living in. This is, this is the worst way to live, man. You know what I'm saying? This is a wicked ass kingdom under a wicked ass man known as the so-called white man, the Edomites. All right. They're ruling right now. And they've turned this earth into ashes and shambles, man. All right. Yeah. Shalom. Shalom to the brothers and sisters that came in. So we got to give praise to him, because we're heading into some trying times, into some horrific, unbeseen times, obscene and unseen times that we've never seen before. Okay. So while the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, right? Because that's the times that we're coming into. We're coming into some trying times, right? And the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out of the windows are darkened, and the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, right? And the sound of the grinding is low. What is that talking about? Talking about the lack of grinding in the field. Talking about grinding in the field, the work being done. All right, work just out in the field being done. All right, whether it be through crops, through these warehouse jobs, whatever job you can think of, man. That's going to come. That grinder is going to be the things that are going to cease very soon. Okay. And as I read on, the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out of the windows are be darkened, and the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, And he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and the daughters of music shall be brought low. All right. So what is this all speaking on? This is speaking on the fact that there's going to be a time where in the streets, there's going to be quiet. It's going to be chaotic, but there's not going to be no, horse playing and all that other fun and singing and dancing and works being done in the field for corporations and all this other bullshit. It's coming to an end, man. An abrupt end. One that we're not see coming. That's why I said, man, look, like a brother said, man, it's probably wise to go take out your 401k. I'm gonna try to see what I got in that 401k because this government is about to seize that 401k and they're gonna do it very soon, man. Because they need to pay back this debt, which they're never gonna pay back. I mean, they're over $21 trillion in debt. I mean, it's over for this country, man. If you brothers and sisters can't see that we're in the end times, that this place is like literally on its last ligaments, then you are either sold out or you're retarded, man. You're one of the two. I mean, you can't claim to be in the truth and talk about we got 10 years in this thing and we got this dude as president, and most likely he's gonna be reelected as president in 2020. You got to be out of your mind. So let me play this.
Millennials got bodied in the downturn, have struggled in the recovery, and are now left more vulnerable than other older age cohorts, which means we are going to have to help our young, even if you don't.
Yeah, so it's gonna be horrible, man. And brothers and sisters, man, money is not gonna save you at the end of the day. What does the scripture say? Riches profited nothing in the day of. Where is that at? Where is it? That's some Proverbs, right? Let me go find that. Riches profited nothing in the day of evil. Okay. Let me bring this scripture out, man. Let me find this. Actually, let me pull it up real quick. Because like I said, man, I would say at the most 5, man. Shalom Duqua. Let me go ahead and find. Okay, yeah, like I thought. Okay, so this is Proverbs 11:4, right? Let me turn it back to this page right here. Proverbs 11:4, right? It says, "Riches profit not." Slakia. Proverbs 11:4. Riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivereth from death. Right. So what is righteousness? Keeping the laws. All right. Doing the work of the Heavenly Father. Those are the righteous acts. All right. And, hopefully they're good enough for you to be saved. Okay. Let me go ahead and get Zephaniah 1:18. I'm going to go on to the next topic. Okay. Zephaniah 1:18. All right. The book of Zephaniah 1, and I'm going to start at verse 17. All right. Actually, it goes right along with this. Zephaniah 1:15. That day is a day of wrath. Shalom, Milan. UKRC. Shalom. Shalom, Kedar, Judah. That day is a day of wrath, and a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness. All right, and gloominess, and a day of clouds and thick darkness, a day of trumpet and alarm against the fenced cities, and against the high towers I will bring distress upon men, that they shall walk like blind men, because they have sinned against the Lord, and their blood shall be poured out as as dust, and their flesh as the dung. So this is the times that we're coming into. Okay. That's what this economic collapse and this recession is going to lead up to. All right. And we millennials, 22 to age 38, we're going to get it the hardest because we don't got nothing saved up. But even that money's not going to be mean nothing in the day of evil. Okay. So verse 18, neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath. All right. Gold and silver, money in particular, is not going to deliver you in that day of wrath, man. Okay, so this is a prelude to that day of wrath, the economic collapse. Okay, but the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy, for he shall make even a speedy riddance of all that dwell in the land. I mean, he's going to make a speedy riddance of all they that dwell in the land. This is the reason why we need to get right now, man. The Lord is not playing. He is moving right now in the earth. And if you got people out here that want to talk about fucking Kentucky Fried Chicken, Grandmama's Chicken, with Popeyes, Super Deluxe, chicken sandwich. I mean, this is what people want to talk about. But they ain't talking about this recession that's about to happen, though. And don't understand that the millennials are going to be the ones catching this, man, very soon. All right? Which most likely I'm talking to vast majority of brothers and sisters that's watching this video. Okay? So, let's see. What are the top? Okay, which topic should I get into next? Let me knock this one out real quick. This is going to be a quick one. All right. The bee apocalypse is real. All right. This is off of Dabu 7. All right. And this is something I've been talking about damn near since I came into the truth. All right. I mean, you brothers and sisters have understand bees and how they function in their earthly function in their programming by the Heavenly Father. These animals are the catalyst to the amount of crops and developments of crops because of the pollination that they make. But because of the GMOs that have been created in the earth, and because they've been shipped over here in America, because they're not native to this country, they're also not native into certain other parts, because they like to move. The white man likes to move these damn animals around out of their natural habitat. And even when they start redeveloping themselves into the habitat that they were migrated into, that's not natural, when they try to adapt, because it's adaptation, not what they call evolution. Adaptation is something about you adapting to your environment, whether it be a physical metamorphosis or a psychological, geological metamorphosis into the land that you go in. Anyways, those particular animals are able to do that, but because they've been moved around and so much bullshit's been put in the earth, these animals are dying off, man. It says, Alon's bringing up a good point. Bees dying to a poison ecosystem, burning the Amazon just further. Oh yeah, brother. I'm about to talk about that Amazon thing. I'm just gonna knock this out real quick because I've seen it in the news and I've been talking about it for a while, and that it's gonna help in the destruction of these creatures, because there's so many beautiful different type of bees and wasps down there, in the Amazon. You guys watching them animal shows, they're vital to this ecosystem, man. But let me go ahead and play this quick 2 minutes and 22 seconds, and bring out a quick scripture.
So this bee apocalypse is very real, as we have different areas of the globe seeing a drop-off in the colonies of bees. And we talked about this in the past, and I feel like some people were just trying to take whatever they could find at the time and run with it in terms of an answer. And what we discovered is that, yes, there's a lot of people in the United States that have bees and that take their bees and move them to different places to go pollinate different areas. That's one thing. And that could count for a lack of bees in that one area. But all in all, we're talking about everyone that steps out into their backyard on average. Not talking about people that keep bee colonies. We're talking about people that have bees in their own backyard, like every one of you should. Problem is that's not happening anymore. The numbers are dropping off en masse, and when it comes to Brazil, whatever's just happened down there, they're saying more than 500 million bees dropping.
Oh my God, man. I know I'm looking at the title, but God damn it, dude. 500 million? What the fuck, man? And I mean, look, I can see it in America, but in Brazil, and remember this, I think this is before this damn wildfire started hitting. And I think over there in Russia or Eastern Europe, they started dying because of the goddamn pesticides that they be spraying, man, killing them animals, man, spraying the pesticide on the damn crops and shit. You killing them. God damn it, man, this motherfucker. Oh my God, man. Bro, we're about, hey, give it 5 years, man. And maybe shorter time than that. The bees are going to be on the endangered species list, dude. Mark my motherfucking Slack Mark my words, man. These bees are going to be on the endangered species list very soon, man. Very soon they're going to be on the endangered species list, man. 500 million? Are you kidding me, man? 500 million of them gone? Oh my God, man. We need YAHAWASH right now, bro. Oh boy. I hate the so-called white man. I hate Esau, man. I hate him with all hatred, bro. And you got niggas out here who want to love this guy, man. He's the reason why these animals are dying, man. Look, I don't mean to rant, but in the next 5 years, let's say if this kingdom was to continue on in the next 10 years, right? You know that the silverback gorilla, all right, the mountain gorilla, right? The gorilla that you all know and love and whatnot. That species of animals in the Congo is gonna be extinct, man. I believe the Siberian tiger is going to be extinct very soon. What other animals going to be extinct man? Orangutans. All these animals we grew up knowing exist are going to be extinct. The orcas, man. Up here in Washington, man. Like, bro, the orcas' food source is dying out, man. Like, this is a very popular animal, right, that's up here. A very beautiful animal, but they're dying off up here because their food source is being destroyed, man. So the damn fish that they eat. America gotta go, man. Esau has to get taken up out of power, man. Everything he touched. I mean, look at this death right here, man. Keep playing this, man.
Drop dead within 3 months, and this is a cause for concern. They're saying that, these are the most integral pollinators in nature, and that is very true. About 75% of the world's crops depend.
75% of the world's crops. Listen to that. And yet 500 million died in Brazil just alone, man.
On pollination by bees. And now all of a sudden, these mass deaths being reported by people in Brazil, and they're saying that in Rio Grande do Sul, 400 million dead bees were found alone in just this one area. They're saying that it was decimated in less than 48 hours after the first bees had shown signs of illness. So, not sure exactly what is going on here.
Bro, that might, man... See, man, I'm telling you, that Amazon fire must have happened. I think something else happened before that Amazon fire. How the hell does that happen, man? I got a scripture. Let me just play the rest of this, man. I'm going to bring out a scripture and have closing thoughts and then move on.
But they're saying that They're dying out of the hives, and they're dying in mass. They're pointing to pesticides, but they're not sure. So at this point,
we don't know if it's pesticides or if we're putting some in the air. We don't know if we're polluting the damn food, making GMO crops, or we're putting some in the Amazon that's destroying. You know what I'm saying? This cracker, man. God damn, this motherfucker's the devil, man.
had a situation here, bees dropping in mass, and wanted to make sure that people are aware of it. I will leave a link below in the description box. This has been Dabu7.
Alright, Slocky, man. Click out of there. But, you know what? Let me keep the picture up because I'm about to bring out the quick scripture real quick.
We have different areas.
Okay, so watch this. This is Sirach 11. All right, and this, you know what? Actually, let me go to Sirach 15, 5 and 15. Yeah, let me go ahead and go here. Sirach 5 and 15, and it reads, "Be not ignorant of anything in the great matter or small." Please take note of this, brothers and sisters. I know that a lot of y'all do, but just in case you don't, understand that these animals is very important to the ecosystem. I mean, he said 75% of the crops of the world is dependent upon these little animals, man. And that's a small. They might be a small creature, but they play such a large part of our daily lives, man. And to see them die like this is just, it just shows you that this earth is in mourning right now, man. So yeah, you know, it says, "Be not ignorant of any matter, Slakia, a great or small." All right. Now let's go ahead and go to Sirach 11 and 3, and it says, "The bee is little among such as fly." Yeah, this is a tiny little critter, man. The bee is, like it says, Sirach 11 and 3, "The bee is little among such as fly, but her fruit is the chief of sweet things." But her fruit, right, is the chief of sweet things. And you know, this Bible is science, man. No way in the world could we ever tell that bees and ants are that they're females unless we were to, you know, do what these scientists do and break down their DNA and all this other stuff. The Bible tells you that that bees and ants are females, which they are, and the males are drones breeders. Okay. Point is though, it says, "But her fruit is the chief of sweet things." Her fruit is the chief of sweet things, man. So the things and the fruits that she produced by pollinating these flowers, it produced great things. You know? And of course, it's definitely something that we need to take note of. So when these animals go, man, the crops go, the food goes, man. And that's going to cause a great famine in the land, man. So just keep your eye on this madness right here, bro. Please. Okay, so let's see what else. Oh yeah, let's go ahead and get into this. Hey, yeah, let me knock this out real quick too. Let's go ahead and knock out this no U.S. Iran peace talks ahead. Let me just get into this real quick. Let me find that scripture real quick though. Peace, there is no peace. There is no peace. All right. Let's see. Okay, Con, it is Ezekiel 13 and 10. Okay, Con. So yeah, let's go ahead and play this real quick. Because World War III is happening, man. It's in the works. It's in the Cold War. We're really in it, but it's about to be full fledged very soon, man. We're living in some prophetic times right now, man. So the title of the video on RT News says, "No Iran peace talks ahead despite Trump's gut." All right. So, I mean, you know, Trump is doing an amazing job, man, as president, man. We should praise the Heavenly Father, call Allah, all praises unto YAHAWASH, Simeon, all right, for this man being in office and him causing such a rift in the relations, in the interrelations of these different nations. All right. So let's go ahead and play this.
We start this hour with a new information between Iran and the United States, following comments from President Donald Trump. Now, Iran says that it will only be ready for talks with the United States when Washington lifts the sanctions it has placed on Tehran. RT's Rachel.
Are you hear that? They're going to they'll talk about peace and whatnot when they lift sanctions off Iran. Now, I have a question, brothers and sisters. Is that going to happen anytime in the near future? Or at all, to be honest with you? Hell no. So, I mean, that's just funny that, like, this little news article is just funny to me, man. Is that it's not gonna, nah, man. This train is going to keep rolling, and it's going to keep rolling until it reaches mark, man. And that's going to be that great war, that third world at war, man, that World War III. All right. So let's go ahead and bring this out.
Joins me now with all the details. Rachel, is there any indication that leaders from the two countries will actually come together soon and talk?
Well, Scotty, it doesn't look like the United States and Iran are making progress towards peace talks just yet, even though President Trump said he has a gut feeling that Iran is ready for negotiations. Instead, Iranian President Rouhani seems to be saying not so fast. During a speech on Tuesday, he called for the U.S. to lift all sanctions against Iran in order for talks to be held, and he argued that a meeting with Trump right now would be nothing more than a photo op.
Without America withdrawing from sanctions and abandoning the wrong path it has chosen, we will not witness any positive development. The key to positive development is in Washington.
Now, his comments come one day after French President Macron told Trump that he believed Iran was ready for talks in an effort to save what is left of the 2015 nuclear deal.
This morning, President Rouhani has clearly stated that he is ready to meet with any political leader if it's in the interest of his country. What I told Minister Zarif, and what I said to President Rouhani on the phone, is that if he were to accept the meeting with President Trump, I'm convinced that an agreement could be reached.
Now, at the time, Trump said he has a feeling that Iran is ready to meet, and he said the U.S. is open to talks, but he ruled out the possibility of lifting economic sanctions against the country.
Yeah, man. So you can have these little G7 summits. It's not gonna change anything, man. You know. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and go to Ezekiel the 13th chapter in the 16th verse. To wit, the prophets of Israel which prophesy concerning Jerusalem, which see visions of peace for her, there is no peace, saith the Lord God, man. Yeah, there is not gonna be no peace. You know, with our nation until this war happens, man. And there's not gonna be no peace within any of these other nations in general, man. I mean, this place is on its last legs, and it's headed right to that third world at war, man. And actually, you know what? Let me go to Ezekiel 13 and 10. Ezekiel 13 and 10, because even because they have seduced my people, saying peace, there was no peace. And one built up a wall, and lo, others dubbed it in with untempered mortar. I mean, and you know what? That same thing's happening with these people right here, these different nations, man. You know, gonna be no damn peace. It's gonna be nothing but division and dividing, man. Dividing asunder. And Ezekiel 38 chapter is going to be fully revealed, fully brought forth, fully come to pass, man, very soon. So there ain't nothing that these nations can do about it, man. You fall in the Most High's time, man. So yeah. See, man. Okay. I need to get into these. I'm gonna go ahead and get into these hurricanes, man. That's gonna hit the Caribbean island, and actually, hurricane's gonna hit Florida very soon. But with that said, let's go ahead and get into this now. Damn rainforest. All right, let's deal with this real quick.
To help fight the devastating wildfires in the Amazon rainforest. Brazil's president says the country can handle the situation on its own.
Now, you see this, right? Brazil rejects $20 million in foreign aid to combat fires in the Amazon. Now, look, it is what it is, man. This white man is the devil the Bible speaks of. Of course, Brazil is not run by any of our people. It's run by not the conquistadors, the damn Portuguese that owns that country, man. Okay, that's just the fact. That's just the truth. They're the ones that own that state, man. That's why our people's at the bottom down there in Brazil, even though we are the majority over there. Tribe of Asher, you got primarily in Judah, all right? People will sit up here and say, well, no, it was mostly, no, it's Asher that's over there, man. Okay, that's the primary people. Judah's sprinkled in there, all right? Point being, though, this is the reason why you're not supposed to trust your damn oppressed from your enemy, man. Because his job is because what happened, and I tried to find that video, and I might have to just do a quick video on YouTube, man. There was a video that was done dealing with the indigenous people where they actually won a lawsuit against the government. And then crazy thing is, the very next day, the government, the very next day, the whole Amazon ends up getting scorched, man. Out of nowhere. But this is but this is what the white man is about, man. Whenever he don't get what he wants, he burns everything, he kills everything, man. I'm gonna tell you something, man. He's going to awaken something about them damn Amazon that he would wish that he'd never awaken, man. His day is coming, man, very soon. Because all he does is just destroy shit, man. It's his fault that he's doing this. Ultimately, it's the Most High. Because the Most High is allowing this man to do what he does, man. Then he's going to let them rack up a damn charge that they can't get out of, and the Lord's going to deal with them. But this white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of, man.
Firefighters, troops, and military planes are working around the clock to tame the fires. Critics blame Brazil's leader for relaxing environmental laws since taking office in January. CBS News correspondent Manuel Bojorquez is near the front lines of the fire. He met with the chief of an indigenous tribe that lives in the rainforest.
So the world's attention right now is on these fires. But for you, these concerns are not new.
For indigenous people, we live a struggle all the time. It's not something new. It's new for the world now because they affect the big city like São Paulo, across to the ocean to the Holland, now become international issues.
You feel that when it hits the big cities, then people pay attention.
Exactly.
But now that you have their attention, what is your message?
My message is we all living in global village. Wherever we do, affect each other. If I burn everything here, gonna affect you wherever you are.
There was a time where Brazil had environmental laws that were enforced and deforestation decreased. And now under President Bolsonaro, critics are saying the deforestation is going up and he's turning a blind eye. How has the president's policies affected your people?
The Bolsonaro policies going totally against indigenous people.
Yeah, you know why? You know why that is? Because the white man's the devil. Okay? And he was set up to be the enemy of so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, Israelite foreigners that are scattered abroad, man. Because you got these Israelites that are scattered. And I would say that the people of the Amazon rainforest, the different, different indigenous tribes, man, that descend from the Tupi Indians and whatnot, I would consider them Israelite foreigners to a degree. All right, they, this white man does not care for you. He's your enemy, man. You can have all these peace treaties. I mean, look, they did it with the North American Indians. Where did they get them? Where did they get our people? Put in goddamn reservations, man. In a concentration camp, basically. All right, and oppressed, murdered, raped, maimed, robbed, lynched every day. Nobody talks about that. You know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and let's go ahead and bring this out, man. I'm going to Psalms 55. All right. You see how this indigenous leader right here, man, this Asherite brother, man, he's telling you, man, what was going on. And it's something that our people's facing every which way they go, all throughout the earth, man, wherever this cracker is at, man, ruling. Whether it be the blacks that live over there in Europe, whether it be the different, whether it be in the States, whether it be over here down in South America, these people are not your friends, man. So yeah, this is Psalms 55 and 20. He hath put forth his hand against such as be at peace with them. He hath broken his covenant. And guess what? Like I said, man, you can go look this up on YouTube or find a news article and whatnot. They won a lawsuit against the government or something of that sort. The very next day, they burnt down, the Amazon rainforest is getting burnt down, man, out of nowhere. The fire just starts. And guess what? The white man is such a goddamn devil over there. He sees it and he's like, man, I'm not doing nothing. I'm not accepting 20 million. They're rejecting help, man. So Psalms 55 and 20. He hath put forth his hand against such as be at peace with him. He hath broken his covenant. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter. But war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. I mean, burning down anybody's home is an act of war, man. Okay? And that's an act of breaking somebody's covenant. That if you sit up here and want to be cool, you're saying that you're gonna be cool, but then you burn down their home. I mean, that's an act of war, man. But this is what we're dealing with when you're dealing with the enemy, man. That's how he gets down. He doesn't play fair, man. And I'm gonna say this too at the same time, because we got to cover all aspects, and we can't be emotional about it. This also is judgment by the Heavenly Father, man, too, upon our people, because them brothers and sisters in the Amazon or not, they need, there's going to be a remnant of them that wake up. All right, there's going to be a remnant of them, but they're going off. Large majority of our people, although we are oppressed, it's because of our own doing. All right, we have to be balancing everything. Okay. And you sitting up here trusting in this man to do anything for you was your biggest mistake to begin with. You know what I'm saying? And it's just what it is. And that's a reality that our people have to face. I don't give a damn if you're black, Latino. I mean, I'm going to stop using the word Latino. I would say black, Hispanic, Native American. All right? And the Israelites that are scattered abroad. Okay? Let's skip up, man.
Your people.
The Bolsonaro policies going totally against indigenous people. He want open indigenous land for mining companies, for logging companies. They say indigenous people have so much land for little people. If we continue in this kind of mentality, no longer we're going to have a genocide in Brazil because we depend 100% to live. Every day we see the change, how the rain delay or sometimes rain too much. But people that are in comfort zone, they don't perceive this too much because they never see the sky. They never come down and see the sky. Their eyes surround the lights.
Bolsonaro says this part of the Amazon belongs to Brazil, and Brazil should be able to manage it how it wants.
No, I think Amazon is belong to the whole human because everybody need to that to have a pure air, and it's responsibility also for everybody to take care, do something, because indigenous people going to defend their land, their home. We're not going to allow people invade our land if we don't have it. Government to protect and to help us. We're going to sacrifice ourselves, protect our land.
To fight for your land.
Of course. We are not here back.
Well, and that's the spirit you need to be in, man, because this man wants blood, man, and you know, gonna come a time where you're gonna have to defend yourself, man, because these motherfuckers, they got Satan in them. Their whole aspect of their being is to shed blood and to drink blood, literally and spiritually, man, because they are murderer. All right. Oh yeah, and plus, man, like them Amazon, like, let me make this point, man. They're trying to monetize air, man, the air we breathe. That's why they're destroying the Amazon. That's why they burning down the Amazon, which is what, you know, that's like the lungs of the earth. You know what I'm saying? Also burning down certain forests in Africa. That's significant too, because Africa is one of the most natural places of natural resources in the world, man. Doing this and see this. That's what I'm saying. This man is hell bent on destroying this earth, man. You know, he's hell bent on destroying everything to the point where we won't have no natural way of existing. He wants everything in transhumanism, wants everything in technological era, the B system, the RFID micro. He wants death, man. Artificial life being installed in this earth, man, and destroying the very thing that is set to live, man.
We all live in this planet. What we can leave for the future generation? Anyone can change the world, and is no indigenous people responsibility to take care about the world. Today's each one of us need to be responsible economically, environmentally, culturally, because otherwise the humanity is just going to disappear like a dinosaurs. We need to think about that.
Yeah, man. I mean, like I said, you have to look at it on all angles. The white man's the devil. He's a destroyer. At the same time, the Most High is allowing this thing to happen so that you know, judgment can befall upon, you know, the Israelites that are down there. At the same time, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you gotta, like I said, you gotta look at it in all angles. And plus, you know, the Most High is also visiting this earth, you know, in the manner that he is, man. You know. Let me see. Let me bring this out, though. Him talking about the government and whatnot. Let's go ahead and get Sirach 12th chapter. All right. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 12, and I'm going to go to verse 10. Never trust thy enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. As iron rusteth, so is the wickedness of the so-called white man. It becomes grittier and grittier, man. I mean, you're going to burn down the same forest, all right, the same area that is a hallmark for the air that we breathe in this earth, man. If you burn all that shit up, which, you know, if he does, let's say if it does get all burnt up, something's going to pop up out there, man. like I said, that they ain't expecting, and that's gonna be their judgment, man. But you know, I mean, you know, for you to sit up here and do that, I mean, that's that hatred, that spirit of that enemy rusting, man. So it's like iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humbleth himself and go crouching, just like he did with them, allowing them to go into there and think that they won something when they know back in deep in their hearts. You know what I'm saying? I'm actually saying what the scripture's about to say. You know, in the back of their hearts, in the back of their minds, we're gonna get these motherfuckers. We're gonna burn down their rainforest. You know what I'm saying? Though he humbleth himself, go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou wipest a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away. Right, so it's not going to be wiped away altogether. It's going to be there. You know what I'm saying? He's just going to put on a good show, basically. Set him not by thee, lest he have overthrown thee. He stand in thy place, and he stand up in thy place, neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. And now at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith. All right? So that's just what he is, man. You know what I'm saying? He's made to do what he does, man, which is destroy and kill things, man. Be envious. If whatever doesn't go his way, he's going to destroy it, man. So no one has it, man. And he's going to be so prideful, and that's how he's going to try the Lord, man. Oh, we're not going to release these Israelites. We hate them, but we ain't going to release them, you know. And it's going to come to a point, man. And YAHAWASH is going to put them down, man, like the dogs they are, man, for the oppression that they're doing to our people. Now, at the same time, our people need to wake up and stop being simple and understand who they are according to the scriptures. That's the reason why the Lord is putting that devil, that old satanic spirit back into these crackers in these last days, man, to show these people who he truly is, man. Okay. Trying to think, is there more on that I want to speak on? Actually, you know what? And to the point, Honduras unrest, right? I want to bring this out just real quick. And also bring this out too. U.S. allowed indefinite detention for migrant children following the rule change. So I'm going to play these two clips. I'm going to speak on them, and I'm going to speak on the state of emergency down in Florida. Touch briefly on the Caribbean Islands, and then after that, I'm done. All right.
Alarm after the Trump administration revealed it would be replacing an agreement that currently limits how long undocumented children can be kept in detention.
The detention of children can lead to trauma, suicidal feelings, and exposure to dangerously inadequate medical care. No amount of time in detention is safe for children, and prolonged detention is particularly harmful.
Well, under the 1997 Flores Agreement, the government has to release detained migrant children and their parents if present after a period of 20 days. A new policy, reportedly without time restrictions, though, will be introduced within 60 days and is likely to face legal challenges. Homeland Security officials say that the current agreement encourages migrants to bring children with them in a bid to get released into the US early.
The new rule will protect children by reducing incentives for adults, including human smugglers, to exploit minors in the dangerous journey to our border, using them to beat the system and be released into the United States. No child should be a pawn in a scheme to manipulate our immigration system, which is why the new rule eliminates the incentive to exploit children as a free ticket, or as one gentleman in Guatemala told me, a passport for migration to the United States.
Well, a large number of Central American families have been making their way to the US-Mexico border, with 600,000 people detained there.
Yeah, man, these motherfuckers, man, they just love to oppress our people, man. You know, but let me just keep playing. I mean, U.S. is basically allowing indefinite detention for migrant children, man. but here it is, here it is. These motherfuckers, man. Oh man, these guys, these people are some demons, man. Here it is. I mean, you got these people. You know what I'm saying? You got all these rules for our people. If they mess up in the court system, in a legal system, you're gonna put years on them. But here it is. You're sitting up here putting little kids in fucking cages, man, like they're damn animals, man. This is the pride of this cracker, man.
This year. Undocumented children are reportedly, though, being held in conditions of extreme overcrowding. 7 children have died in immigration custody since last year. We spoke to human rights lawyer Dan Kovalik, who thinks the new policy could actually make things worse.
It does 3 things, actually, with what's being proposed. It would, as you say, allow children to be held indefinitely. Right now, there are limits on how long a child can be held in detention. The second thing it does is remove all state regulations on these types of detention centers. And the third thing it does is it will deny access to independent observers who want to go to see and make sure that the conditions that hold children and their families are appropriate. So if they're held indefinitely, we know children are going to be abused and treated terribly. These immigrants are already in uniquely terrible circumstances, and this is only going to make it worse. The U.S. is doing this really as a coercive measure to try to deter migrants from coming into the country. Basically, the U.S. is saying, if you come to this country with children, you're going to be treated very badly, and your children are going to be treated badly, so don't come.
Yep, pretty much that's what's going on, man. That's the whole objective of the United States. And also too, they're using those and they're using that opportunity to, to commit blood sacrifice, man. I mean, this is what this country is built on. This is what these people require, man. All right, they using those people as cattle to go and kill them, man, and also to do all kinds of dastardly things that you wouldn't even want to know under the sun, man. That's how these people are. That's how they get down. So let's go ahead and play this real quick, all right? Because it's crazy, because this is what the president of Honduras is saying. In this video of RT, it says, President of Honduras fleeing, Hondurans fleeing because U.S. destroyed my country. So let's listen to this real quick, man.
Of immigrants are continuing to pour into America from 3 countries in particular, and those countries are El Salvador, Guatemala, and Honduras. Now, let me ask you a question. Where do you think those people who live in those countries would prefer to live? Their country or our country? The answer is simple. Their country. They'd prefer to be there if they could.
Hear that? They prefer to be there if they could, man. But look what's going on.
Now, why do you think that they can't live in their own country? Because their countries are consistently among the top 10, look it up, most dangerous in the world. This ain't brain surgery, folks. Honduras and El Salvador consistently vying for #1 and #2 spot in the world when it comes to homicides per 100,000 residents. Guatemala, not too far behind. The only country that competes with them consistently in the last decade is Iraq. Now, what do you think these 3 countries, El Salvador, Guatemala, and Honduras, all have in common? If you guess that the U.S. intervened in its elections with a CIA-backed coup or military incursion, ding, ding, you would be right.
You see that? That's Edomite right here is pretty much spilling the beans on the United States. And that's just true, because they, for many years, it's not like I'm an expert on who's been their president for how long, but the U.S., man, they love fucking with people. They love getting into everybody's affairs and matters, man. Just like how I was dealing with China last week, man, about how they're trying to deal with Taiwan to entice and to aggravate China. And China is sitting up here saying, look, man, that is internal affairs that the United States is dealing with. Like, these motherfuckers, man, dude, like, let me see something. Where's that scripture at, man? Habakkuk. I mean, I brought it out last week, but it applies again to this topic. Okay. We go to Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter. All right. Habakkuk chapter 2, in verse 5, man. And of course, you know, down in the Panama Canal, the reason why they got the canal and all that business export, man, that's down there, because they took it and seized control of it by military force, and they killed innocent people, testing out laser weapons on their damn, tanks and shit, man. I believe they had unmanned tanks too. I mean, this guy, man, he's being revealed for what he is. But yeah, let me bring this out. The book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 5. Actually, I'm gonna start at verse 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. So verse 5. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, right, his doctrine, his philosophy, he is a proud man. Neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be dissatisfied, but gathered unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. That's what he's doing down there, man. And they're just sitting up here trying to escape to a better life, because these crackers are killing, destroying their own home, man. Verse 6. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and saying, woe to him that increases that which is not his? How long? And him that ladeth himself with thick clay, man. I mean, that's just this man. Man owes, you know, the international banking family's money. I mean, they're all crackers to begin with. They're all devils. But I mean, look at what they're doing, man. Just oppressing the poor, man. Oppressing our people, man. People can't have a damn life, and they got to come up here and then get and then at the same time get detained and treated like fucking animals. Told that if they want water, go drink the toilet water and shit. I mean, that's just how fucked up it is down there, man. For our people.
The most recent example, the CIA-led coup of Honduras in 2009 that ousted the democratically elected president there and has since turned Honduras into a disaster for its people.
Wow.
Which is why they're now coming here, because of what we did there.
See that?
Here now, part 3 of my exclusive interview with the president who was elected, was bolstering his own economy, but was then removed. Here's Manuel Zelaya. Usted ha escuchado los comentarios del presidente Trump.
Have you heard President Trump's comments about the immigrants that are leaving Honduras and arriving in the United States? He said some pretty nasty things about them.
Trump no es nada sorprendente. Lo que él dijo en su campaña.
Trump isn't anything surprising. He's doing what he promised to do in his campaign. The ones that voted for him are the ones that need to respond to him, and vice versa. He's a white supremacist. A supremacist. Someone who imposes his supremacy by way of his opinions, his rules, and his politics. He's against migration, even though his parents or grandparents were migrants. But he's against migration. He wants to build a wall in between Latin America and the United States. So he wants to return to the Iron Curtain. I think that he should rectify and understand that the United States needs to learn to respect the coexistence of nations in order to continue to live peacefully in the Americas.
But he heapeth unto himself all nations in his... Let me read that again. Habakkuk 2 and 5. Yea, also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell. What is hell? The grave, man. As much as he desires, death follows, man, of his desires. And as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gather unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Trying to meddle with people's affairs and all other madness, man. It's the reason why the Lord is going to kill him and take him up out of power. Like, look what he's doing, man. This is crazy.
Específicamente en América.
¿Usted duda que si no lo sacan?
Do you think that if you weren't removed from the presidency and if things hadn't worked out in this way,
Honduras, que este número de
that this many immigrants would be fleeing the country?
Hubiera ocurrido?
No fuera en las mismas proporciones, porque la migración es un delito.
It wouldn't be in the same proportions because migration is a human right. Migration doesn't happen on a whim. It's the people's rights. Where were you born? You were born in a country, in a territory, in a family. You didn't even choose your name. Your parents chose it for you. So,
all right, you know, that's pretty much the point on that, man. You know, pretty much. I mean, you know, you can go look at this interview. He pretty much said that, yeah, the United States destroyed my country. That's why they're moving from Honduras and all them other countries, man. This man will not stop, man. This dude's a rabid-ass dog. This man is a rabid-ass dog just destroying shit and killing everybody moving. Everything moving, man. Not just people. Plants and animals, too. Damn, the air itself. God damn it. All right, so let's go ahead and go to state of emergency. All right. And of course, let's see, is there any more? Oh, yeah. Let's go ahead. Hurricane down in the Caribbean Islands. Let's type that in. Forgot to put that as one of the tabs. Hurricane, Caribbean Island. Let's see. Cause I'm going to just hit these two knock these out real fast, real quick. Let me knock these out. All right, because this is, you know, this is the work by the most high, man. You know, Lord ain't playing. Our people need to wake up, man. Down there in Florida, in the Florida Peninsula, and down in the Caribbean island, man. This is something that's going. Let me go ahead and just play a clip of this, man.
Romance isn't dead.
Get this stupid ass.
But it is here.
Thanks, Captain Obvious.
Don't hate like their trip. Book yours with Hotels.com and get rewarded basically everywhere. Hotels.com. Be there, do that, get rewarded.
Look at this, man. All right. So let's see. Let's go right here. Go to the tracking of Hurricane Dorian.
Dorian is officially a Category 1 hurricane, and
I guess, you know what? Let me just play this on Dabu 7. I mean, it's just gonna be the same thing.
This is Dabu 7. Some updates to Hurricane Dorian as it is approaching Florida. Right now, they're saying that this thing is forecasted to hit a Category 4 for at least 2 days, Sunday into Monday, as it approaches Florida. Now, there's a lot of variables here, but right out the gate, we have the Florida governor issuing a state of emergency via executive order, declaring that all these counties that are in the path of Hurricane Dorian get prepared, be ready. He's urging everyone to use caution. And they're saying that in making this move, it ensures that the state and local governments have ample time, resources, and flexibility to prepare. They're saying that the State of Emergency Operations Center will activate to a level 2 on Thursday morning ahead of all this. Now, I've been down in Florida chasing hurricanes. I've been on the tail end. I've seen what it does to the highways, to the beach line, to the houses, everything. Gas stations will be without power, and those are things you're going to have to plan for if you're planning on being down in this area around this time. Now, this thing can shift off course. The spaghetti models here have it going a lot of different ways, but one thing's for sure. It's targeting the middle of Florida big time here, with only one model trying to run it north, 2 toward Miami.
And real quick, man, you brothers and sisters that in Jacksonville, Miami, Orlando, man, my prayers be with y'all, man. You know, because it's a hurricane's a hurricane, man, and obviously it's about to hit the Caribbean Islands and whatnot. You know, you brothers and sisters in the Caribbean Islands, Puerto Rico, Cuba, you know, Jamaica, so on and so forth, man. Be prepared. Esau creating a disaster to use FEMA troops to run. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's definitely something they're trying to do, man. I think they're hitting up a couple test runs before they really initiate that as the really make that mandatory.
And then we actually have a couple that have it popping out into the Gulf of Mexico. Now, some of the earlier models were showing that if it did that, it had the potential to charge back up to another Category 3, Category 4, if not higher, hurricane from all that warm water. We're just going to have to watch the track as of right now. And that is some of the latest here in terms of it. So this is the area expected to be affected big time. State of emergency in effect. I will continue to put out updated forecasts and updated information. So stay tuned right here to Dabu77. Also follow me on Twitter for...
Yeah, so real quick, man, let me go ahead and get this in the book of Apocrypha, man. Lord's not playing. Lord is moving. I mean, I'm waiting for the Mountain St. Helens to erupt up here, man. We've been overdue for a volcano eruption. All right, this is a demonic, wicked-ass place in Seattle, man, and Washington in general. But, you know, you brothers down there, man, brothers and sisters down there, man, stay safe, man. And the Most High, man, he's bringing judgment. He's bringing his power and his fury, man. Once again. So this is Sirach, chapter 39, and I'm going to go to verse 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. So that's the spirit of the Lord, man, happening. Whether it be through harp or whatever, you know, these, you know, if Esau creating it or not, the Most High is ultimately the one creating it. Okay. 29. Fire and hail, and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. Right? Fire, hail, famine, and death, man. All manners of destruction. The Lord is going to utilize, man, to show his power, his great might and power, man. So the Lord gets down, man. And it is going to affect, you know, wicked-ass jakes, wicked-ass heathens. And of course, it's going to affect, to a degree, the sincere, righteous brothers and sisters down there, man. Most High's not playing. He's making his presence known in this earth, man. So, you know, my closing statements, man. Brothers and sisters, stay watch, be alert, be astute, be prudent, and have faith, man. That's what's going to get you out of here at the end of the day. So, with that said, I want to say, call Allah, call Allahim, YAHAWASH, Shema Mashiach Yahushai. Much love to the brothers and sisters in this truth, the priests, prophets, and elders in this truth. That's it. This is Rayabya from God, the Zealots Israel, and we'll be back with another one. Shalom.